And you have.
Hello. Hi, this is Maureen Stopper, and together with my daughter, Medina Stopper Crabtree, we are going to be hosting Dr. Dees Call tonight. A lot of exciting information for you. So would anybody like to say hello? Hello from Jeannie. Hi, Jeannie. Hi, everyone. Hello. Would anyone like to say their name? Joan from me. I don't. No. Anyone else?
How about Mark from Fit?
Hi, Mark. How are you tonight? Everybody doing well?
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. All right.
We might as well round Arizona out with Mac from Tucson too.
Just have Phoenix going and then Tucson. Right. Hey, Mac.
Hey,
And we can't forget Tucson.
it's all right. I'm Mark.
Great. Do we have anyone new on to Sunrider? Well, as people come on, you'll probably hear more clicks, but I would like to get started. My name is Maureen Stopper, and as I said, I'm co-hosting Dr. Dees Call with my daughter, Medina Stopper Crabtree. And the first thing I want to say is, as people come on, would you please mute your phone, either by pressing *6 or your mute button. And when you want to say something or offer something, just go off mute. So I'm going to get started right away with Medina because Medina has parent duties tonight and has to leave in a short time. I want you to hear what Medina has to say. Medina, I'm going to turn the call over to you right now, and then you can turn it back to me when you're finished, okay? Thank you. Welcome, everyone. I'm so glad to be on and talk a little bit about Sunrider and how lucky I have been to have had these foods since high school and had wonderful, amazing, health-minded parents that put nutrition first and introduced Nuplus as my brain food in high school. And it really helped improve my concentration and my grades. And I was the only one awake in history class at one point, so I knew that it was nourishing my brain. And I was able to take that into all the next adventures in my life in college, being able to stay healthy and fit and stress-free while adjusting to a whole new life. And my college roommates were out getting their daily coffee, and I was able to have my Cali and sip it while I was studying and stay nourished and calm while they were constantly tired and stressed. And it wasn't long before they were asking me for some of my Cali tea. So when I met my husband and we started a family, we could really see the value of switching, and that it provided nourishment for our growing daughter, who's now a teenager. So she has now come full circle with it and loves the product. And as a busy mom, I love the energy that the foods give me daily. So it's really easy to share with other moms, and they can keep going with it. So the one product that I've been really enjoying lately that I wanted to share is called Vitadophilus. And my daughter's pediatrician mentioned in our last visit that she really believes all kids should be on a probiotic, especially the Vitadophilus, because it's so concentrated and it really supports the intestines, nourishes everything, and it tastes good. It has a delicious apple flavor. So it balances the microbiome, boosts our gut health, our immunity, and our metabolism so that we absorb the nourishment from our food better. And what's different about the Vitasophilus is that it is coated with an apple pectin, which protects it and insulates it from harsh stomach acids. That way, we get better nutrient absorption, and it has 20 million live culture bacteria to protect our body against the harmful bacteria. So the delicious flavor is so easy to eat. We just take the bag, open them, put a little in our mouth, drink. We also put it on yogurt, mix the applesauce, smoothies. It's just delicious. And we won't be without it, especially when we travel. It's really good to have when we're traveling and we're not used to different foods and different time zones that our digestion's off. So having Vitasophilus is really a blessing when we're up against different viruses. So this really helps really replace sometimes what we've lost, and also to have better absorption of our nutrients. So Vitasophilus is one of our really favorites. I always recommend it to teenagers when they have any skin issues also, because it's really a gut issue when we see the breakouts on the face. So the Vitasophilus is fantastic. Thank you for letting me share.
Oh, Melina, thank you. That was wonderful, wonderful information. Could you also speak to why you chose Sunrider as a business for you? Melina, did I lose you? Okay. I will speak for her. She saw very early on how this could be a business for her in college, and a wonderful business as a mom, and being able to share with many other moms, and loving the ability to be flexible. And I'm very proud to say my daughter, me, and now her daughter, we are third generation Sunriders. Does anyone have any questions so far?
Sorry, I had to jump off and get back on, so I hope I didn't miss anything that you asked me.
Okay.
Well, I did want to share one thing about having a business. I'm in a networking group with some other moms, and they were remarking to me that they love being an entrepreneur, but they don't love the paperwork and all the back end that's involved in their business. So it got me thinking to Sunrider, because it's so easy to have a business and focus on what you love doing and the products and sharing them. And we don't have to worry about all the back end work because Sunrider takes care of all of that for us. So I'm just grateful for that.
Oh, I love it. And I love the flexibility that you have with it too. That's great. Thank you so much, Melina. And does anyone have any questions for Melina or comments? Does anyone else want to share why they chose Sunrider as a business?
Hi, Marlene. This is Jackie Lynn.
Hi, Jackie. It's Maureen.
Hi.
And Cindy.
Oh, Maureen. Hi.
Yes. Well, we can because there's a lot of M. So
I
Melina and
for similar reasons of Melina, but I was
out of college and wanting to start a family and wanted to work from home 38 years ago. I didn't have my children right then, but when I did have children, I wanted to work from home. And Sunrider gave my husband and I that opportunity. He was a school teacher, didn't make a lot of money, and I wanted to do something from home so I could be home with my children. And it definitely, gave us that opportunity. So it's great for not only for stay-at-home moms, but for couples who want to add to their income and have a little extra cushion every month. I love it. Been doing it for 38 years.
Oh, Jackie, thank you for offering that. There are so many people now who are in the flux or in the change, and they're confused as to where they want to go. They need income, and Sunrider certainly fits the bill for everything. And I, like you, in 1992, my story is my husband and I moved our family from Massachusetts to Southern Florida because my husband, Adrian, was working in Latin America. So it made sense for us to be here. And we, soon after that, he knew I was looking. I wanted a business. I wanted better nutrition for my family. And he came home from a business trip and he said, I met a woman named Arlene Oliver. We had the best conversation. And he said, I think this is the company for you. And as I looked into it, I just thought, this is absolutely checking all the boxes for me. The nutrition side of it, the business side, and as Melina mentioned, also working from home, having the back end, the business, Sunrider took care of it so that I could concentrate on sharing it with others. And my background is from the dental field and as a fashion model and spokesperson and Reiki, the energy. And so I understood what these foods could do for my family. I understood how important it is to share these foods because people feel different. And if I may, I just want to give a little bit of background with Sunrider for why do they feel that different? So if we look at the owner expertise, first of all, we have top-notch scientists and trusted experts. Dr. Sisu Chen, world-renowned herbalist with a degree in pharmacy, and Dr. Oilen Chen, medical doctor. And together with their son, Dr. Ruben Chen, also a medical doctor, and Eric Chen, an organic chemist. They oversee the research, the development, and the manufacturing of every Sunrider product. And if we look at the body, it's really designed to be nourished with a variety of whole foods, not chemicals. And I was that person standing in my kitchen saying, there has to be a better way. And I lined up all my products from skincare to home to foods. And then I paired it with what Sunrider was giving me. And I saved money, first of all, and I was getting the best. And while there's no perfect food or ingredient, if you have too much or too little of one, that can cause an unbalance in the body. So optimum health requires a variety of foods and nutrients, and that's what I found in Sunrider products. That's what we all can have with Sunrider products. And the absorption, the body's ability to absorb these concentrated nutrients from whole foods. And Sunrider has a way of preserving the integrity of their goodness in our proprietary extraction and concentration process. And Sunrider oversees the technology and advanced process in what is called NSF, and that's the National Science Foundation. That's certified manufacturing facility. So what this all brings you back to is philosophy of regeneration, and that's what Sunrider has. So when our body runs in balance, we have that healthy mind, we have that healthy spirit. That's why the Sunrider products holistically nourish, you heard of yin, and cleanse, yang, your body's five systems with a precise combination of nutrients that promote optimum health. So tonight, I would like to go into the basis of Sunrider, where we all started, where we all need to be eating daily, and that's Nuplex, Kali, and Binary. So balancing is very interesting. When I work with energy and balancing, we work with chakras in the body, and when chakra or one of them is out of balance, just like Sunrider presents with the horse-drawn cart. When one of the horses falls, say, or is not working as well, then the other has to pick up in the body. All those cells, all those organs, everything has a balance. And the same with when you have Reiki. That's what the energy is all about. Balance or imbalance. What's working harder? What's working in a balanced way? So a little bit of what I want to go into is with the Nuplex. When you look at Nuplex and you taste it, put a little bit on your tongue. Feel that heat. You'll feel that energy. And it sees the general nourishing function of the body. So you will see that the colors be green, red, black, white, and the soybean is the yellow. And in the Chinese, the different colors correspond to different functions or organs in the body. So the beans really connect with all the organs. And I love it. It fights fatigue, it's building that defense, balances the weight, regulating the blood sugars, and the essential nutrients, bioflavonoids, the antioxidants, amino acids, and the phytochemicals. Nuplex is nutrient packed. This is a dense food that you can give to babies, elderly, anybody in between. It is fabulous food. And then Kali. And this is a really deep tissue cleanse. So if we look at the tissue in our body, what's feeding general cleansing and that function of the body. So while Kali is considered a cleanser in the body, it's nourishing the cleansing organs. So it really balances and gives you all that you need in order to function better. So looking at Kali, what does it do for us? It really helps leach out those heavy metals, free radicals, parasites, improves the liver function, it aids in fat metabolism, it increases your energy. But when I say that, it's a balanced energy. Strengthens digestion and it improves the nervous system function. And Kali's main ingredient, the camellia senescens, contains polyphenol. And research shows, in fact, Tufts did a research years ago, I remember reading, on antioxidants to help the risk of some cancers. And others suggest that polyphenols can help reduce harmful cholesterol. So if you look at those foods, powerful foods for our body. And I just want to go, well, let me ask first if anybody has any questions or they have a testimony for Kali or Nuplex. Maureen? Yeah, Maureen. Hi, Martin. Hi. So I actually would like to share two things. One is when you were asking why do you like this as a business? And one of the reasons is because we get to meet amazing people like you and Adrian that I never would have met before. And the idea of the flexibility and this business being portable was so enticing for us. And the fact that you could help people with health and fitness was also pretty amazing and fascinating, that we get to work with amazing people, but we also get to help and support them on their wellness journey. And when you were talking about Callie, I just remember being with you when you had your first cup of Callie, and how you were just so blown away by it, that it was nothing you'd ever had before. And I just felt so wonderful that I took that time to talk to Adrian, to be able to then share these products with both of you. And it was just a beautiful moment. And yes, that Cali is amazing for all the reasons you've said, and we drink it every single day. My favorite is cinnamon. I love how it feels. It's very soothing in the body. And I also love the Cali Night, which is also a very calming beverage. So just wanted to add that in, and that's what I have to share today.
Thank you, Marlene. That was wonderful. Oh, yes, I do remember having that Callie, that very first cup. And I still have people that when they sip or drink it for the first time, they say, oh, I love the feeling in my throat when I swallow it. And then I tell them, it's actually doing something for you. And I tell them a few things, and they're excited about it. I always give a little bit of Callie just before I do Reiki on a client, and then afterwards, sit with that cup of tea and just watch their face be so relaxed after the session, and just sipping the Callie and just feeling so balanced all around. And I just remember that moment, sitting in our living room. You took out that Callie tea bag, put it in the, it was wonderful. And everybody have that moment. Everybody can feel good. And I think everybody has a story, whether they've shared it with someone or their own story. Tonight I had 2 Vita Shakes, Kelly and Fortune, a Meta Booster, Spirulina, Vita Chase, Quinary, and Talk before I came on the call. And, it's different. I hadn't had these for a couple of days because I was waiting for my order. Sometimes we run out before it comes in. I was so excited to see that at my door. And I think everybody in Sunrider that has that experience gets very, very excited. Well, one of the things I want to go into, and thank you, Marlene, thank you for introducing us. It was the best decision we ever made in our lives.
Oh, you're so welcome, honey, and we're so glad.
Mm-hmm. And if anybody out there has any testimonies, I'm going to talk about winery as an element, as an emotional element, and what each part of winery is doing. Does anybody have a testimony or a question on winery or the new Buster Kelly? Okay, so let's go into it, and then I'll talk. So first of all, what I wanted to tell you is I was blown away, as Marlene just said, by the fact that it has the elements, the wood, the fire, the earth, the metal, the water. These are so important, and the emotional element to it. So if you look at winery, it's nourishing all the 5 systems. So you're getting proper nutrition, great for busy people. Couple of capsules, or it comes in powder or liquefied, which is liquid. That's a really easy one. You open the cap and drink it. And it's nourishing your body to prevent the physical malfunction by addressing all the 5 major systems collectively and individually. So what I mean by individually is you have all the elements in the winery, but you have them separately.
the alpha-20C for the immune system, Conco for the respiratory, Assimilate, that's wonderful for the digestion, Life Stream for the circulatory, and Prime Again for the endocrine system. And in keeping with the philosophy of regeneration, balanced body is a healthy body. And so working with all of these in combination, yet separately, like you want to build your immune system more, eat more alpha-20C, you can have that separate. Congo, same thing with each one of them. But remember the story about the horse-drawn cart? Well, that's very connected to quinary. So when you're nourishing all the body's 5 major systems with the quinary, with U+, then you're promoting the overall health and wellness. And of course, no preservatives, no chemicals, no stimulants. And as I said, capsule, liquefied, or a powder. So easy to carry with you, easy to eat, and a wonderful, powerful fusion of balanced food all in one. First of all, let's look at a fun idea of taking it from a different point of view. When you look at the emotional element, alpha-20C is the liver and courage. So if you're feeling like just a little bit hard, a little bit need of courage, who isn't? Make sure you're having the alpha-20C signals. Congo is the metal, and that's the respiratory, the skin. And I'm going to go into more about skin. But right now, I'm staying with the quinary. But I want to also go into the skincare and the connection with the respiratory and the Congo. And from an emotional point of view, negative feelings, grief, sadness, all of that can be an imbalance. Not that grief is an imbalance, but the grief itself brings balance. Assimilate is the earth element, and that's the digestive, helping you process the food quickly and efficiently. The life stream, water flow, kidneys and bladder, and you might feel out of balance or fearful, forgetful. Prime again, that's the fire. You know, I've heard people say, hey, fire in your gut. Well, the endocrine system works in harmony with the glands and the organs. So your hormones to be in harmony, and the ability to handle stress. It helps with PMS, menopausal symptoms, sleep, mood, and growth. So these are very, very important and good components, especially teens with the connection with the Congo and skincare. So let me just give you a quick review of the Assimilate for the digestion. And it can eliminate the upset stomach, the vomiting, ingestion, going through all of that heartburn. It aids in sleeping and reducing the gastrointestinal tension, and strengthens the liver and the gastrointestinal tract. And it's restoring a lot of the good secretions, the enzymes, all of that. And Prime again, boy, nourishing that reproductive system and the general process by which those body cells reproduce themselves. So there we are with talking about the regenerating the endocrine glands, the adrenals, the thyroid, the reproductive, strengthening the heart, the kidney, spleen, stomach, the liver, strengthening the nervous system and regulating the hormonal secretion and enhancing, nourishing all of the reproductive system, building muscle strength. Who knew Prime again could do that? And decreasing allergic reactions, including hay fever, I always have more fun again when we have the summer allergies, spring allergies, and nourishing the pancreas and the adrenals, because they're governing our whole system there. Relieving PMS and menopausal symptoms, nice combination. And the alpha-20C for the immune system. We all need to build and strengthen the T cells that are important in fighting the infections and controlling the growth of extraneous cells, detoxify the body and help expel fever, illness, improve liver function. And the Congo is food for the respiratory system. And I want to make that connection to the skincare. So the strength of the body and the system, and looking at relieving muscle and joint pain with Congo, even relieving congestion of the air passages, the sinuses, the bronchial, and nourishing the lymphatic and respiratory system. That's the big one. Rebuild and improve the immune system function. So I'm going to go back to the console when I talked about the skincare. But the one I have left out is live stream, because I want Jeannie to come on and give her testimony. But to give a little background, it regulates blood pressure, strengthens the bowel and the intestinal. It cleanses the blood and strengthens the nervous system, and it can help to relieve poor memory, depression, increase vascular elasticity, and heal circulatory disorders, including varicose veins and hardening of the arteries. All those things to look at. It cleanses the blood and reduces extraneous clotting. Interesting things. Some of these things I'm throwing out may not be of interest to you, and others it may perk up your ears. But Jeannie, I'd love you to come on because we just mentioned that it is strengthening the nervous system, and life stream is the water, the circulatory, as I mentioned. Jeannie, could you tell us how the life stream has helped you in a short testimony for us, please?
Yes, hi, Maureen, thank you. Now, first of all, you've heard Maureen talk about live stream being a part of Quinary. And what it does is that it enhances and promotes balance and fluidity throughout your body. And the way that it does it is that it has antioxidants. One of them is it's Cassiatora, which cleanses and supports the proper blood flow of optimal health. And there's another antioxidant that's included. It's called dwarf lily turf. Dwarf lily turf root, Sephora flower, which aids digestion and healthy blood pressure. So now I'm going to tell you a little bit about my story and why I love live stream so much. When I first heard that live stream aids in circulation, I decided I was going to try it because I have eye issues. And my pressure in my left eye, first of all, I need to backtrack a little bit, I'm sorry. What you need to know is that normal eye pressure is measured by millimeters and ranges from 10 to 21. Now, as I said, I have eye issues, and I also had pain in my left eye. And when I heard that live stream helps with circulation, I decided to try it. And so the pressure in my left eye was at 25 before I started live stream, and 20 in the right eye. So that's really high. And as soon as I got my product, I took live stream, and the pain went away instantly. For me, that was a blessing. And the way that I took it was that I followed the instructions on the bottle. 2 capsules 3 times a day with meals. And it's a full year now that I'm taking the product. I no longer have pain. And I just love the product. I'm so glad that I was on it. This is a product that I am sticking with amongst all the other products from Sunrider, because I love them as well. And it's for me, I'm going to be taking it for the rest of my life, along with Quinary and U Plus and Fortune Delight and all the other things. But today, what I want to tell you is that, yes, over a period of time, my eye pressure began to come down. Doesn't come down right away. Everything takes time, as we all know it. But currently, my eye pressure is at 19 in the left and 17 in the right. I was so impressed with LifeStream, and that I decided to write a letter to Dr. Chen, telling him, thanking him, letting him know how I'm so grateful that he created a product for all of us to enjoy and have great health on top of it. So what I encourage everyone to do is, when you go to your eye doctor, ask him what your pressure is in your eye and where it should be. If you decide to take LifeStream, great. For me, it's, I want to say a miracle, but it really has helped me tremendously. My eye pressure is steady. And I'll be, like I said, I'll be taking it for the rest of my life. If anyone has any questions, I'll be very happy to answer them. Thank you, Maureen, for allowing me to come on and tell my story.
Thank you, Jeannie. That is beautiful. I'm so happy for you. This has worked beautifully. Do you see the balance? Now, Jeannie, you also eat winery, correct? How much winery do you do?
I do. I take 2 capsules 3 times a day with meals. I do the same thing.
And then you add extra with LifeStream, correct?
Yes, I do that. Before I, prepare my meals, I take all my supplements and I prepare them first. And it's LifeStream, Quinary, and whatever else it is that I need. But, every single day, 2 capsules of LifeStream, 3 times a day with meals, and the same thing with Quinary. Sometimes when I want soup, if I have the capsule, I open up the capsule and I put it in my soup. And boy, oh boy, does that give it such a delicious flavor. And I know I'm doing something great for my body, and I feel great on top of it.
Oh, good. Thank you so much, Jeannie. That is really, really helpful information for anybody that's there listening. Do you have any questions or comments for your own testimony? Okay, well, we're going to move along. I'm actually going to, as I said, what the respiratory system affects the skin as well, and the tissue. So as everything respirates in the body, we can see a lot of the skin issues, or it can be the balance of the skin. When the skin is out of balance, we visually see it many times. So as we Christina was saying, the Phytophilus is so helpful. And as I was just talking about with the equinery, often we don't make that connection with equinery and the skincare that Sunrider offers. And I am a big proponent of the Incandescent Pure gift set. I love this set. And I love it for many reasons. It's simple. It's vegan, 100% skincare. It's ideal for all types of skin tone. pH friendly and cruelty-free, paraben-free, no artificial fragrances. This is the perfect skincare for teens, men, women. Oh my goodness, I can't say enough about the results that I'm getting and others are getting with this. And you hear the excitement in my voice because it's honest. And the gentle effect that it gives, I love that it's 4 steps. And it's really those fresh and herbal oils, the extracts, and the essences that are proven to nourish, cleanse, and balance the skin, just like the winery does with the body. And our tissue is so delicate. We want to protect it. We want to make sure we're not using harsh chemicals or anything that is going to change or alter the texture of the skin. And with Sunrider has no harsh chemicals or artificial fragrances or parabens or animal byproducts. Everything's there, laid out for us in this perfect combination. I have over the years worked with many cosmetics, many skincare, and I have never found anything so perfectly balanced. I love this. And I'm just going to go through the 4 steps for you. Detoxify, purify, refresh, and quench. Doesn't that sound like a good thing to do for your skin? So let's look at the cleansing oil. We want a cleanser to detoxify the skin by removing the dirt, the pollution, the excess sebum. Sebum is of those excess cells that kind of blob up, so we say, especially ink, and other oil-based impurities. That's why it's oil. And the first time I tried it, I will be very honest, I thought, this is going to feel weird putting an oil on my skin first. And the minute I put that on my fingers and in my hand, I put it around the cuticles and I'm smelling it, inhaling the beautiful fragrance, very light, and I could smell the rose water in it. I just thought it was absolutely beautiful. And it melts away any of the makeup, any of the waterproof makeup that's out there too. Sunscreens and any stubborn product buildup. That was a big one for me. I could feel that just dissipate everything. And I love the botanicals, the apricot kernel oil, the coconut, the jojoba seed oil. Ooh, was that nice? And it nourishes your skin while it's giving like deep pore cleanse. And this, to me, in my mind, I keep thinking this is all from an oil. And then I rinse in a white cloth, very important, so you don't have any of the colors, and a white cloth, very gentle, to rinse. And oh my gosh, the reveal on my skin, no greasy residue. It was wonderful. So I used a pump or one or two pumps, and as I said, placing it on my skin, it was wonderful. Oh, I loved it. And again, it's removing anything oil-based impurity. And the second one, the Incandescent Pure Foaming Cleanser, is water-based. Now, why do we have a water-based? Well, that's gently lifting any sweat, any dirt, any other pore clogging impurity without irritating or gripping the skin. And because it has that vital moisture in it as well, and that wonderful like chamomile flower and beetroot purifying the hydration in it. And as I said, the rose flower water smells calming. Gosh, the tone that I got from it. And it just, just those two steps, I could feel my skin radiating, just feeling so calm. And the pH in it, hydrating, it left my skin not feeling tight and dry, like some that you've experienced, and then that soft, supple feeling. Oh boy, I thought, I have 2 more to go. What more could I be feeling? So I went on to the Essence Pure Beauty Water. Oh, this is just wonderful. Spray it anytime you want on your face. But as third step, I could just really appreciate the delicate blend of those botanicals and how right away I could feel it resetting that pH in my skin and the hydration. My skin just loved it. And again, the Turkish rose oil in that, the chamomile flower extract is calm and soothe and revive. Even if the skin is irritated, it's just that gentle reviving of the skin. So that's just a nice mist to spray on the face or put on a cotton pad. Sometimes I just put it in the palm of my hand and just gently place my hands on my face. And you can reapply that as needed. And then the 4th step is, and these are quick. These are very quick steps. You can be in and out in 4 steps in 4 minutes. So the condensed pure hydrating gel. I was not ready for this. I could not believe the difference that my skin received with this. It is so amazing. It's a silky gel that, oh my gosh, it instantly melts into your skin. It's quenching, nourishing. It's like the body is meeting this crave that it had. And it's, oh gosh, light. Again, it's used with the botanicals, the beetroot, flower extract. And what is it? The refreshment on the skin, and what attracts the moisture is the sodium hyaluronic that attracts that moisture to plump up in hydration. What a wow product to use on the face with the most beautiful skincare treatment I have ever, and I've had plenty of them, and I have had professionals. It is the best. There is none in comparison in the world. So use your use your Candescent Pure, take Pure, love it. Anybody else use this? What results are you getting?
Hey, Maureen, it's Mac here. How are you?
Hi, Mac. I'm loving that a male is telling me about it.
Oh, you got that right. I'll tell you, I've shared several times that I started using the Candescent Pure as soon as it was released. As a matter of fact, I bought 9 different sets when I was in San Diego during the last conference down there where they released it in the US. Have been using it every night since then. And I won't repeat what you just said, but I feel exactly in the same emotion that you on all of those 4 steps in the process. And, as you said yourself, at least from a man's perspective, I was never really a 4-step guy. At most, I would use a little gentle cleanser or beauty bar or something in the morning, and perhaps a little specialty skincare, the, youth emulsion or refining and lifting cream at night. But once I discovered K Pure, it's been an every evening thing for me. And I'll tell you, I've had to travel a couple of times, short trips over this last couple of months, and I haven't been able to bring it with me. The first thing I say when I get home is I'm so thankful to be back to my skincare now because it is so easy, quick. And as I've said before, even a guy can do it, so gotta love that stuff. Maureen, to the other things you were talking about, I didn't want to jump on earlier, but from the business perspective, I really appreciate what you, Melina, and Marlene shared. When I look back over my 25 years history in Sunrider, certainly product was what first got me involved with this company. I love the product. Sunbreeze oil was the first thing I was ever exposed to, and it's been nonstop ever since. As I got more into Sunrider in the business aspect, it became kind of a legacy and preservation of asset kind of aspect. But now, for me, it's like you guys. I look at my calendar every day. I see the people I'm speaking with, the folks I'm reaching out with and sharing with. And that's what really attracts me to Sunrider now, the people that we can help, sharing this vision and the stories of these products and what we've experienced with them, and being able to help others by sharing the way that we do. Last thing, and then I'll turn it back over to you. Quinary, when you were talking about that, I'm right there with you. We've, over this last year, we've taken a special effort to get into the seasonal elements within Quinary. And we've done special challenges associated with each season. Right now, it's wintertime, water element, etc. Right there with you, Jeannie, on the live stream. I love it, have seen improvement myself from the various eye injuries I've caused myself with karate, which is another story for another time. But I love this understanding and the education of how the 5 element truly work and how they impact the body. So great information tonight. Thank you so much for the way that you're sharing. And I love the way you connected Conco to skincare, because it is so true. And yeah, one more plug, shout out for K Pure. Everybody that hasn't tried it, you need to. That's it for me. Thanks, Maureen.
Oh, thank you, Mac. You are the kindest, most wonderful leader. And people, as you said, we are in business where we are servicing people. We are giving our hearts to people because we know what Sunrider is about. And it's easy to share something that works well. And we all have our story. Thank you so much, Mac. I really, really appreciate your words. And you're the best. Thank you. And Marlene, I'm going to call on you if you can just give us a quick what's coming up for the rest of the night. Would you do that for us?
I sure can. Fantastic call, Maureen. You guys were fantastic. Everyone that participated this evening, you and Jeannie and Melina and Mark, fantastic. So what's happening right after this call is, of course, the Rising Stars team call. You can get the link and that information on the Rising Stars Facebook page. And then right after that is going to be a webinar with the corporate call, and that's actually all about the Candescent Pure. And they're having a panel training, so that should be fun. That's right after the Rising Stars call. And again, you can get those links on the Rising Stars Facebook page.
Thank you, Marlene. I appreciate it. Does anybody have any last comments or questions before we say good night? Okay, wonderful. I so appreciate everybody. And as my friend Vicky says, I'm going to love you and leave you. We are so grateful that you could spend some time with us, learn a little bit, take away a little bit of love. And good night, everybody. Have a wonderful, wonderful